I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Kelly, and thank you so much for clicking on this video and joining me on my channel. If you are new here, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button, guys. If you are into things like true crime, politics, news, culture, and all of that good commentary, then you can get all of the above right here on this channel. So join me if you want to. If not, guys, let's just hang out for a while. Hear me out. And if you're a returning viewer, subscriber, or interactor with the channel, guys, y'all already know how appreciative I am of you, and thank you so much for being a friend on this channel. So guys, this is going to be a quick video. I say that all the time, but I'm really going to try to make this one quick because I know this is like a niche topic that probably not everyone's going to be into, but it is important, and I wanted to bring it to you guys, and especially because I myself am Catholic. So this new whistleblower came out that was basically exposing the FBI for targeting specifically Catholics as radical domestic terrorists, guys. And so Attorney General Merrick Garland was on Capitol Hill. I believe this was today or maybe yesterday. And the U.S. Senate was in the process of questioning him about this. And Josh Hawley had some really good line of questioning towards him that I just wanted to go over the topic with you guys. I did hear about this when this document was leaked, but I didn't realize, I guess, to what extent this was actually a pretty serious topic and kind of needed to be addressed. So let's get into it, guys, without further ado, and let's talk about it, y'all. I would love to know you guys' thoughts on it as always. So we're going to start off with this article here, and I'm just going to read a little bit about the background, and then we'll get into the video of Josh Hawley questioning Merrick Garland. So this is from Next News Nation. Next News Network. So, attended Catholic Mass lately, ? Well, then you might be a domestic terrorist, according to the FBI. What? Me? Not me. Okay. So, guys, what is your, do you guys practice religion? Like, I would love to know. Like I said, I myself am Catholic. I was raised Catholic, and I just recently, like in the last few years, really became involved in my faith and kind of got back into Catholicism because of attending the Latin Mass. And I had never attended this before, and if you're not Catholic, I'm sorry if I'm boring you, but it's a different kind of experience. And if you are Catholic, tell me, have you guys attended this sort of Mass? Or if not, what do you think of this? So, is it possible to attend Catholic Mass and be branded a domestic terrorist? According to the FBI, yes. In a recent report, a whistleblower exposes the agency's tactics targeting those who attend Mass, and you simply won't believe the jaw-dropping details. The FBI believes Latin Mass-loving Catholics have embraced white supremacy, reports whistleblower Kyle Seraphin on Uncover DC. Based on an intelligence bulletin written by the FBI's Richmond, Virginia office, the FBI cited data from the Southern Poverty Law Center, SPLC, which has been widely debunked. The FBI portrays Catholics who prefer Latin Mass as radical traditionalist Catholics, meaning they adhere to anti-Semitic, anti-immigrant, anti-LGBTQ, and white supremacist ideologies. So you got I wouldn't even call myself anti any of those things. Maybe anti-immigration. I'm not anti-immigrant. Like, if you're an immigrant, I'm not like, ew. I think that we don't need to be importing any more immigrants in this country. I think we need a moratorium on it. And as far as all the other things that are listed there, just because you have an opinion on something, which I do on each one of those topics, doesn't make you anti that, or doesn't make you a terrorist or a hate group or a white supremacist. So I reject every single one of those. And I just think it's interesting that they're specifically targeting people who attend Latin Mass, because those do tend to be more traditional people and more conservative people. You know, if you guys know what I'm talking about, then you know. I don't want to like get into this big long explanation of it, but like I said, it is a more traditional form of Mass. So let's just go on and see. Okay. So in the bulletin, the writer describes RTCs as typically characterized by a rejection of the Second Vatican Council. Okay, so he is a former, Serafin, a former 6 FBI agents, for 6 years, who was indefinitely suspended in June of 2022. He released this document basically to this organization, and it talks about racially or ethnically motivated violent extremists, which they call RMVE, and their interest in radical traditionalist Catholics, or RTCs. So let's get into the document, guys. And again, this is coming. Okay, so the FBI is now taking recommendations from far left groups like the SPLC, and I believe also the I guess you can call them news source, Salon. I don't know. They're basically like they put out articles and things like that, and they're also very, very far left. So we have our government agency, the FBI, taking pointers, taking advice, taking direction from far left groups about people that they perceive to be their ideological foes. So, guys, does that disturb you at any level? Because it really should, if it doesn't. Even if you're on the left, even if you consider yourself far left, the pendulum can swing. And this is not right for anybody to be doing on any scope of the political spectrum. Like, this is so antithetical to what this country was founded on. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable, not only because I could potentially be targeted because I am a Catholic who goes to this kind of Mass, but it should never be happening. So we're going to get into it, guys. And Merrick Garland pretends to feign all this outrage about it, and about how, I don't know who wrote this, who released this. This should never been done and all this, but this came from your organization, sir. This came from your people. So I don't know. Maybe you need to get it together. So as Serafin told the Daily Signal, I got briefings that SPLC wasn't legitimate when I was at Quantico. And the January 23rd document from the FBI is listed as unclassified and for official use only. So let's get into the document, guys. It's titled Interest of Racially or Ethnically Motivated Violent Extremists in Radical Traditionalist Catholic Ideology Almost Certainly Presents New Mitigation Opportunities. So it reads, FBI Richmond assesses the increasingly observed interest of racially or ethnically motivated violent extremists. I'm violent? If you would see the people that go to Latin Mass, guys, these are like the kindest. These are like the guys. These are good people. These are people who are having lots and lots of kids. These are family people. These are good neighborly people. These are tax-paying people. I don't think they're violent. I know I'm not. So, anywho, it almost certainly presents opportunities for threat mitigation through the exploration of new avenues for tripwire and source development, aka spying on your ass. FBI Richmond makes this assessment with high confidence based on FBI investigations, local law enforcement agency reporting, and liaison reporting with varying degrees of corroboration and access, aka we went to left, mainstream media organizations and asked them, hey, who should we target? Probably those Catholics over there. So anyways, in short, as noted by the Post-Millennial, the FBI said they used a variety of sources, but instead they relied on the SPLC, Salon, and The Atlantic, all left-wing sources, okay? So, and they use the person's attendance at Catholic Mass to determine their degree of extremism, noting that their threat level decreases if the person declines in attendance. Wow. So if you're a good Catholic and you go every week, and you're so basically if you are a God-fearing, God-loving person who attends Mass every week, you're the biggest threat. They're going to have their eyes all over you. So anyways, let's see. The bulletin further says that open source reporting and FBI investigations have noted a growing overlap between the far-right white nationalist movement and RTCs. Illustrative of this has been the increasing collaboration of the far-right Catholic media outlet Christian Militant with the America First Groyper movements. Not shouting out Nick Fuentes. Okay, so guys, what do y'all think about this? I'm going to post this document in the description so you guys can read it if you want. And I want to move on because, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long, but I find that hilarious that they are, they're calling on the Groypers and America First as these, these are the people we need to worry about. These are the Catholics, which Nick Fuentes is also Catholic. And he has been very, I would say, pivotal in, converting a lot of people to Catholicism. And he is one of the people that kind of piqued my interest back into my faith of Catholicism. And I mean, it doesn't hurt whenever you hear people constantly talk about God, religion, and faith. And the more you talk about it, the more you speak about it, the more it inspires people to think that way and possibly think differently than what they did think. So a lot of the reason why we have the country we have now and the utter ungodliness that we have now is because people don't talk about God anymore. And I think that's a huge issue. And I mean, if we start talking about it more, maybe we'll have better people. But according to the FBI, no, we're going to have a bunch of Taliban, another version of the Taliban in Catholics. Okay, so let's get into Josh Hawley's line of questioning to Merrick Garland. This was pretty good. Josh Hawley's, he's all right. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of done with a lot of these politicians and a lot of both of these parties, but he did a good job here. So let's let him grill Attorney General Garland.
Accused of disorderly conduct in front of an abortion center. The local prosecutor, the Philadelphia district attorney, who is a Democrat, a liberal, very progressive, declined to prosecute. There was a private suit that got dismissed. And then after all of that, your Justice Department sent between 20 and 30 armed agents in...
Let me see if I can play it on YouTube, guys. That just sounds really low.
...in the early morning hours to the House private residence to arrest this guy after he had offered to turn himself in voluntarily. Here's the photo. Once again, you can see the long guns. You can see the ballistic shields. You can see that they're wearing bulletproof vests. Why did the Justice Department do this? Why did you send 20 to 30 SWAT-style agents and a SWAT-style team to this guy's house when everybody else had declined to prosecute and he'd offered to turn himself in?
Determinations of how to make arrests under arrest warrants are made based by the tactical operators in the district.
But you surely looked into it by this point, right? You know the answer, surely.
All I know is what the FBI has said, which is that they made decisions on the ground as to what was safest and easiest.
So
you do not agree with your description of what happened on...
So, because we kind of missed the beginning, guys, I really hope you all can hear this. I'm going to have to re-record this if it's too low. But, he is describing the situation with Mark Houck, which if you have not heard, he kind of described it a little bit at the beginning, but I'm just in case, because I think we missed a little part of it. This was a Catholic man who was protesting outside of an abortion clinic, who was basically got into a scuffle with a man outside of that abortion clinic, and all of the issues that were the Philadelphia prosecutor declined to prosecute him, and then the civil suit went nowhere, but then Garland decided to sic the FBI on this man, and they sent 30 agents to his house. So let's let him finish.
If you don't agree with my description, I'm pointing out what the photo is. There are agents here who have long guns and ballistic shields. Let's take a look at the hardened criminals that your Justice Department sent these armed agents to go terrorize on that morning. Here they are. Here they are at Mass. Here's the 7 children with Mr. Houck and his wife. In this early morning, they were all at home. Mrs. Houck has said repeatedly the children were screaming. They feared for their lives. You've got these agents demanding that he come out. They've got the gun, she said, pointing at the house and at them. He has offered to turn himself in. And this is who you go to terrorize. What's really interesting to me is this seems to directly contradict your own memorandum about the use of force at the Justice Department. You say officers may use only the force that is objectively reasonable to effectively control an incident. Are you telling me that in your opinion as Attorney General, it was objectively necessary to use 20 or 30 SWAT-style agents with long guns and ballistic shields for these people?
This guy, this little helper, or whoever this is helping him, he's tickled pink.
What I'm saying is that decisions about how to go about this were made on the ground by FBI agents.
So you're saying you don't know?
I'm saying what I just said.
Which is that you're abdicating responsibility?
I'm not abdicating
Then
responsibility.
give me the answer. Do you think, in your opinion, you are the Attorney General of the United States? You are in charge of the Justice Department. And yes, sir, you are responsible.
Oh.
I notice a pattern, though. The FBI field office in Richmond, on the 23rd of January of this year, issued a memorandum in which they advocated for, and I quote, the exploration of new avenues for tripwire and source development against traditionalist Catholics, it's their language, including those who favor the Latin Mass. Attorney General, are you cultivating sources and spies in Latin Mass parishes and other Catholic parishes around the country?
The Justice Department does not do that. It does not do investigation.
You better not come to my parish, okay? Because, I'm sorry, like, does this not... I mean, this is like third world scary communist shit, y'all. Like, what a world are we living in? And the fact that Merrick Garland is claiming that he knows nothing about it, or he's just claiming ignorance, he's claiming, you know, that he's just as upset as everyone else. Like, it's bullshit. You are in charge here, are you not? What is going on? We're going after Catholics and January 6 people, but like Josh Harley described, like the crime in the inner cities and in these big cities in our country are so ridden with crime that, you know, we have people now shooting like execution style other people in broad daylight, like he described. We have kids in these schools who are like so angry, confused, and just utterly mentally disturbed that like they're shooting their teachers, they're attacking their teachers, and if they're not doing that, we have the teachers grooming the kids. It's like, what is going on? And you guys, you sir, are worried about Catholics? Yikes.
I saw the document you have.
What is it about?
Appalling. It's appalling. I'm in complete agreement with you. I understand that the FBI has withdrawn it, and it's now looking into how this could ever happen.
How did it happen?
That's what they're looking
Really?
into, but I'm totally in agreement with you. That document is appalling.
I'll tell you how it happened.
Really?
This memorandum, which is supposed to be intelligent, cites extensively the Southern Poverty Law Center, which goes on to identify all of these different Catholics as being part of hate groups. Is this how the FBI, under your direction and leadership, is this how they do their intelligence work? They look at left-wing advocacy groups to target Catholics? Is this
Literally.
what's going on? I mean, clearly it is. How is this happening?
The FBI is not targeting Catholics, and as I've said, this is an inappropriate memorandum, and it doesn't reflect the methods that the FBI is supposed to be using. It should not be relying on any single organization without doing its own work.
So it doesn't reflect how the FBI normally operates. Is that right, Merrick Garland? Is it, or is this just did people just get a little bit too comfortable and decided, you know, that like, yeah, nobody's gonna look into this. This will be fine. This is something that we should be doing. Nobody had a second thought. Nobody was like, maybe we shouldn't target Catholics who are known to be like pretty generous and kind people, pretty docile individuals, not really a lot of crime committers in the Catholic community. Okay, yeah, scary stuff.
Let me just ask you, as my time expires here, a very direct question. How many informants do you have in Catholic churches across America?
I don't know, and I don't believe we have any informants aimed at Catholic churches. We have a rule against investigations based on First Amendment activity, and Catholic churches are obviously First Amendment.
Well,
but I don't know the specific answer.
You don't know the specifics of anything, it seems, but apparently on your watch, this Justice Department is targeting Catholics, targeting people of faith, specifically for their faith views. And Mr. Attorney General, I'll just say to you, it's a disgrace.
It is a disgrace. Thank you, Josh Hawley. Okay, so guys, I really hope y'all could hear that. Anyways, I want to get into what he said on Megyn Kelly's show, which was basically she was playing the same kind of clips and footage from this interrogation, I guess you could call it. And let's see what he said, because I liked this part as well.
Well, Senator, he has a rule. I mean, are you not satisfied? He has a rule against doing that.
That's right. That's right. Just take him at his word. Megan, here's the deal. Here are the facts. It's an FBI memo written on the 23rd of January of this year. We're not talking about years ago or in some land far, far away. We're talking about right here, 23rd of January. The FBI recommends recruiting informants in Catholic parishes that they, the FBI, designate as traditionalists. Now, whatever that means, I mean, they're making up the terms as they go along. So whatever they consider to be a traditional Catholic parish, they say it is a recruiting opportunity for observation, that means spying, and for informants. This is the most unbelievable document to be written in the United States of America. And the fact that Merrick Garland brushed it off and says he doesn't really know the details. Did you notice, though, when I asked him how many informants do you have, he said he didn't know. He didn't say they didn't have any. He just said he didn't know. I mean, this, again, the priorities here. If you're a churchgoer, you're a religious believer, then they think you're the problem. But if you're a rioter and you want to go burn down some buildings and assault cops, hey, go for it. You know, that's social justice.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
So freaking true. So yeah, they walked it back, guys. Merrick Garland tried to backpedal his ass out of that shit creek. But the fact of the matter is you can't unring this bell. So they tried to now retract the leaked document, saying that, oh, just kidding, guys. We were only kidding. This is just the first draft. Like, we didn't mean to. Sorry. So, do you guys buy it? What do y'all think about it? Please let me know in the comments down below, guys. Again, I didn't want to get too deep in this topic because I don't think it's gonna be for everybody. But if you are still here, thank you so much for listening to this video. I appreciate it, guys. I just wanted to do this again, like I said, because I'm Catholic and this worries me, not just because of my faith, but because of how dangerous our government is getting. They have the audacity, guys. They really do. And the FBI still needs to be disbanded, in my opinion, because they are out of line and out of pocket, and they need to be stopped. They really need to be stopped. So please let me know, guys, in the comments down below. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel, guys. If you are still here, you must have enjoyed it. So just hit that subscribe. I appreciate you guys. And until next time, you know, I'll see you guys later. Okay. Watch out for those Catholics, guys. If you see any Catholics at traditional Latin Mass, you know, hide your purse because my God. Anyways, see you later. Bye.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.